All right, here we go. This one is going to be a 9mm versus 357 SIG test. Today, we have some Underwood ammo to try out. So for the 9mm, this one is actually a plus P plus load. It is the 124 grain gold dot. That one is rated at 1,300 feet per second. And for the 357 SIG, it is the 125 grain gold dot. That one is rated at 1,475 feet per second. So I always hear a lot of people saying that the 357 SIG is just a 9mm plus P plus round. So today, hopefully we can try it out and put that to rest once and for all and show that even with a plus P plus 9mm, it cannot touch the 357 SIG in power. So we do have our Glock 17 and our Glock 31. Those are both full-size, full-length, 4.5-inch barrels. We'll be going through our gel today. That is a 10% block. We do have our jug backstop just in case we do get that pass-through, and our 4 layers of cotton t-shirts. So like always, we will set our chronograph in front so we can hopefully get that impact velocity. We'll see how both these rounds do head-to-head. So first one up will be that 9mm. All right, we're stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did on that one. So our impact velocity on that was 1325. So that's actually really good. Rated was 1,300, so we just passed that. So really good so far. All right, so it looks like we do have a leaker, so we did make it through the block. So let's check that entry hole out. Got a really nice entry hole, huge star pattern on that thing. You can see those spiral cuts going in. And let's check it out from the top. Look at the massive cavity on that thing. That is a lot of damage coming in so far. Definitely pretty impressive. So let's check it out from the side. Check that out. That is awesome. I'm actually really impressed with this one. I'm not a huge 9mm fan, but I still like them all, and this one is pretty impressive so far. So it looks like as soon as we came in, it started expanding, got a huge stretch cavity, and it looks like it carried through most of the way. And right at about 1.5 to 2 inches before that block, it looks like it kind of flatlined, and then we did make it in that jug. It looks like it did stop in that first jug. So let's check the measurement from the side on this one. So let's go from the very bottom that we can see to the very top. We are at 2.5 inches on that stretch cavity, so that's actually really good. Not too bad at all. So what we'll do now is we'll set up for that 357 SIG and see how that one compares. Here we go. All right, here we go. This one is going to be that 357 SIG. We are stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's check that one out. So our impact velocity on that was 1459, and that one is rated at 1475, so we came pretty close. So not too bad. All right, so let's check that impact out, and it does look like we have a leaker on this one too, so we definitely made it through at least to that first jug. So there is that impact. Looks like it split almost all the way to the table on this one. Nice huge star pattern on that. Same thing as that last one. You can see that nice spiral cut in there. And first, let's just check it out from the top. That has a massive cavity on that one too. Looks like it has almost equal damage, but you could definitely tell that 357 SIG has a little bit more damage on that path. So let's check it out from the side. Oh yeah, check that out. That is a huge stretch cavity on that one. Same thing on this. It looks like as soon as it came in, it started expanding. Man, look at that. That is crazy. And that one looks like it pretty much went to about the last inch, and then it finally started settling down. But we normally do get those pass-throughs because this is only a 13-inch block. So what I will do in the future is I'll try to start making longer blocks, a little bit thicker too, so we can start catching these rounds actually in the gel. But check out that cavity, man. That thing is huge. So let's see if we can get a nice measurement on this one. This one went all the way down to the table. So let's see what this one did. So from the very bottom to the very top, we're right at 3 1/4 inches. If you guys remember, that 9 was right at 2 1/2 inches. So quite a bit more damage. We did have quite a bit of a velocity increase on that one though too, so it's kind of expected. But man, that is really impressive. I'm a huge 357 SIG fan. Like I said, I like them all, but definitely 357 SIG is one of my favorites. But man, that did a lot of damage. And let's see, yeah, so we did stop it in that first jug, just like that 9. So we're gonna pull both these rounds out and see how they look. All right, so before we show those rounds, like always, we'll show those wound pass again, just to kind of go side by side. It's kind of hard to tell from up here which one is bigger. That 9 is actually super impressive. It had a pretty big stretch cavity, but from the side, you can definitely tell that that one did quite a bit more damage. But I will get pictures and still shots and all that at the end. But let's check that 9 out. Sorry for the shaky camera work, kind of all over the place. There's that 9. Looking really, really good, coming all the way through, dumping a lot of its energy about halfway through that block. And then you can tell it kind of started flatlining. Same thing with this 357 SIG, came in. Both of them expanded. It almost looks like that 357 SIG took just a little bit longer to expand. It is that deep curl gold dot, so super shallow hollow point cavity on that one. But nasty tears going all the way through before it started to settle down. Man, that is super impressive. This was definitely a fun one. So let's check those rounds out. All right, check these things out. They did really, really good. Got some major expansion on that 9, but they both did awesome. So the one on the left was that 357 SIG wound channel, and one on the right was that 9. So let's check that 9 out. That thing expanded crazy. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that thing when it's expanding or going off. Check that out. 2 petals on each side of that just blew way out, and then the other 2 kind of peeled back right over that base. That is huge. When you get that on the calipers, it's going to be a really big round. Man, that's super impressive for that 9mm, man. And the 357 SIG, that one did peel back a little bit more uniform. Got that picture perfect peel back on there. And like I always say, I have tested this quite a few times. It does have those kind of talon looking things at the very end, kind of like that Ranger T series. That signature gold dot, but man, that one's really impressive too. Peeled back perfectly, picture perfect. But definitely both of them were super impressive. That 9mm was awesome. So it's cool to finally do a comparison and get some plus P plus. I always do a plus P round for comparison, but really cool to finally get some really hot stuff. But check those things out. But there we go. That was 9mm gold dot from Underwood versus 357 SIG gold dot from Underwood. Like always, we'll get our still shots and our cross sections and all that good stuff here at the end. But there we go. And if you guys are enjoying these, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. It really helps out the channel. But thank you guys for checking this one out. All right, guys, check it out. This is that 9mm cross section. Looks like we got massive damage on this thing. You can see right down in there. Huge splits coming through. Same thing on this side. Got that perfect star pattern. You can kind of see it swirling from that rifling. But a lot of energy dump. A lot of damage on that. You could actually see some of that cotton down in there too. But let's cut it open and check it out. All right, here it is after being cut. Looks like this bottom track is a little bit better than this top one, but check this out. You can see where it entered, probably 1/4 inch or less. It started expanding, and we have massive damage coming through. Huge deep cuts down in there. A lot of tearing. That is crazy, and it's deep, deep too. I believe this one was right at 2.5 inches, but you can see where that stretch cavity is on this one, even down here, further down. But here's that top section. Not as crazy looking. I got a better cut on the bottom, like I said, but still you can see those nasty cuts. But man, check that out. We got a ton of cotton t-shirt that it drug down in there. But pretty nasty, especially right there where it started to parachute open. But that is a lot of damage for that 9mm. And that thing was moving too. It was 1,325 feet per second, so definitely very impressive for a 9mm. But there we go. There was that gold dot. All right, and here's that 357 SIG cross section. And same thing on this one. We got major damage coming in. Huge splits on both sides. But you can see down in there. Huge, huge cuts. Big old spiral pattern going in there. Same with this side. You can really see the difference compared to that 9. That 9 was moving, but man, this one was definitely coming in with some force. Doing a lot of damage. So let's cut it open. All right, and check out the inside. Looks like I got some pretty good cuts on both. Here's the bottom, here's the top. But you can see just like that other one, as soon as it came in, started expanding and drug in all kinds of cotton t-shirt in this one. But once again, super deep cuts, way down in there. And just all kinds of damage in this gel. Same thing on this side. You can probably tell a little bit more on this side. Stretch cavity is huge. It goes all the way to the very bottom of that block and cut. Almost all the way to the top. Same thing, entry hole. Drug in all kinds of t-shirt. Just major damage coming in. Super deep cuts. You can really see down in there. But this one did quite a bit. They both did great. But you can see pretty far. But there we go. There was that 357 SIG.